I am on observation duty. 7. Yes, we're playing this again. I know, it's a little weird, but I'm playing it again. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the apartment buildings, yes. There's been a dramatic increase in missing person reports filed in the redacted district, concerningly most from the same apartment building. Multiple witness reports describe hearing noises from the basement, such as a sound of heavy-footed walking, screams, and laughter resembling that of an elderly woman. I don't like that, but we're gonna go ahead and play. I don't like anything involving old people. I really hope it's not like, shut up, I don't care. I really don't. Especially saying that I remember watching a movie. I think it was like It Chapter 2 or something like that. It Chapter 2. Yeah, it was It Chapter 2 that I watched with my buddies. Because we were like in high school still at the time. And we were just like, you know what, screw it. Let's go watch It Chapter 2. And you know, it was a beyond mediocre movie. I do think horror movies in general are just really, really, really mediocre. Like a lot of them are. I don't get how people like love it so much. And is that something new? I think that's something new. But like I really don't understand how people are so into it. Especially like It Chapter 2 was just both the remakes of It's were just absolute garbage. I'm not gonna lie, I watched both of them. I really didn't like them. Nowhere near the charm as the original ones, and I don't know whether if it's just because it's the original ones and I just have bias, but they legitimately were just not that good. Like the effects weren't great. I mean, even in the original ones, they just weren't great. But like, I don't know. I mean, like all the cool shit that we see nowadays for a lot of movies, I just think I just can't help but to think like it could have just been done better, and it should have been done better. And the fact that it wasn't done better just disappointed me. But yeah, I mean, it was okay movie, and I just remember seeing Void, Abyss, and Club Room. But it was, ooh, it's even affecting the camera. Interesting. But I remember this one scene where, what's his face? The clown guy. It's on the tip of my tongue, but Pennywise turned into an old lady, and like a naked old lady, and it was just like big long titties flopping around, and just like, what the fuck is this? I can't, like, I just sat there laughing the entire time, and I can't stand, like, seriously, I can't stand horror movies because when they pull shit like that, that's not right. That wasn't broken like that. Object movement? Yeah, object movement. I'm gonna say object movement because that wasn't broken, was it? Like, apparently, maybe it was? I don't know, like, all this is really, really subtle on this. But, yeah, no, I mean, it was just big grandma titties flopping around, like, long, it was so dumb, and it looks so horrible, too. And object replacement, that's not because it was a red tricycle, not a bike. And, I don't know, it was just such a disappointing movie overall. I look forward to watching horror movies too, and not necessarily because I like them. Are you okay, bud? Weird cat. Yeah, that's a weird cat. No, it's fine. You're fine now, you weird fucking cat. Jesus, goddamn Christ. But yeah, I mean, it's just, no. horror movies have just gone down in quality, in my honest opinion, too. Like, they always, like, they say the scariest, hold your hats for the scariest movie of the year. And it always turns out to be, like, the most mid fucking movie that you'd ever watch in your entire goddamn life. Like, 100% of the time, it just turns out to be one of the worst, like, movies I've ever seen. And I think that's changed. Object replacement? It just doesn't make any sense to me. The fact that people still go and watch them, too. Like, I mean, I can understand for, like, The Conjuring, because they're, like, okay horror movies. And maybe it's just because I don't get so much into the story. Like, I just don't really feel, I don't really vibe with the stories, to be honest. Because I think the storytelling elements are usually just, like, mediocre at best. Like, the storytelling is just not that great, and then it's just, you know, I don't know. I feel like a lot of these horror movies can be done a lot better nowadays, especially given all the tools that we have, such as like AI tools, and the fact that we have better editing software than we've ever had before. Like, we could do way better for CGI, and the movie budgets that they're given. Holy shit, it's so ridiculous how much budget they're actually given and how little of that budget actually goes to good use. Like, I'm all for the actors being paid their due and all the people who go towards making the movie being paid their due. But clearly, a lot of them don't do it as a passion anymore, and they're just doing it as a job. Like, it's very baseline shit. They're not doing a whole lot extra. And that's what I love about, like, the Amazing Digital Circus and stuff like that, is because they give a fuck. Like, the people who make the YouTube videos and stuff like that, they give a shit. They make fully fledged out videos, fully fledged out episodes and shit like that. Same thing with, like, oh god, I'm trying to think of, like, Gravity Falls. Gravity Falls, back when it was, like, on Disney. Like, that's when shows were actually given a shit about. Like, they weren't just given, like, oh, this is the moral of the story for this episode, and we're just kind of gonna half-ass build a story around it because it's going for kids. Well, no, when you watch Gravity Falls, it's not like that. Like, I mean, you get one episode where it was just, like, kind of obvious where they were just kind of making it just to kind of make it. And it didn't turn out to be a very great episode, and that was, like, the Love Angel one. Love God. And that one, I think, was okay. But, like, I mean, I think I saw something, like, where they were like, yeah, yeah, I knew that coffee grinder wasn't there. Or that coffee pot. Where I know a lot of people said that it's just not the greatest episode. And I mean, I thought it was an alright episode, but, like, it could have been, it could have definitely been better. I don't think they put their heart and soul into it. I think the heart and soul went into the Stan, I'll put the picture on it, but on here, it's like the Stan float, and it's like, I love kids, and then it turns into I eat kids or something like that. Like, I just, it's so funny. That was just so funny. And it was like, what the H, and almost kills him. Like, that part was one of the funniest parts in the show, in that episode right there. Like, that was such an iconic scene in Gravity Falls. But overall, I mean really, and that's like a show where, you know, they put a lot of effort into. They put a lot of effort into it, and it's just, it's disappointing, really. It really is disappointing to see how little effort goes into TV shows nowadays, because some TV shows were legitimately really, really good, and now they're, like, really poorly done. They're, like, mediocre as hell. The saturation is turned up all the fucking way, so you don't get really much variation. Is that a shadow? That's a shadow. You don't get, and that's really subtle. I didn't even see that at first. It's just they turn up the saturation all the way, which I could do right here, right now, just to show you what I mean by. What the fuck happened over here? Object? I don't know. I can tell you for a fact. It's just. Ooh. Okay. Blood. Blood coming out of the shaft. The elevator shaft. If you got blood coming out of your shaft, you need to go see a doctor. I'm not gonna lie. You should go see a doctor. But just it's really sad seeing the emptiness, or like there's like Star versus the Forces of Evil or something like that. Yeah, I think that was the show. That one was really well done too. I really liked that show. It hit a lot of adult elements at the same time as being, you know, still age appropriate for the audience that they're trying to approach. The colors weren't fully saturated or anything like that. And that's a big portion of what I don't like, is the fact that a lot of these companies who are making these shows now, there's a woman here. That's an intruder right there. They're putting in like 100% saturation for these videos, and that is absolutely atrocious. You know, the main reason why kids nowadays are sitting there screaming and throwing temper tantrums if they don't get access to their CoComelon is because of how quickly the scenes actually swap and how saturated everything is. It is 100% saturation for everything. Every color is not dulled down. It's full fucking blast color, and that is horrible because it's I think it just like it essentially dulls out like everything else in real life, and it makes it so regular life isn't stimulating enough for children. And that's honestly not preferable. That's really not good. You're setting your kids up for failure, and that's bloody footprints. Okay. That's normal. That's normal. And I really don't like how modern TV is, and that's why I love YouTube, because YouTube actually, people are actually giving a shit. They give a shit, and they make great content on here. And you know, I don't think I make necessarily perfect content. I'm not gonna, you know, maybe it's a little hypocritical of me to be dogging on TV shows and TV producers and stuff like that, because I don't make, you know, I don't know the full lengths that it goes into, and I don't know their budgeting and stuff like that. But at the same token, come on, y'all. I understand you want to be paid your due, but if you really want to get paid your due, put in your soul. Put in your damn soul into the shows that you're making. Like, put in a clear effort where it makes it look like you give a shit, because kids can tell that. That's why they like watching shows that it looks like they gave a shit about. Like Wander Over Yonder. That was a good show. You could tell that they gave a shit about that show. It looked good. It, like, the animation was good. It had really good like reasons for the episodes. I can't remember the like I said it earlier and now I can't remember. Like they give good reasons behind the episodes where, okay, I'm going insane because I swear to God I just saw something there. But where it's good for the kids. They're learning things from the show. Like, that's the entire point of the show. It looks good. It looks like they give a shit about the show. It just doesn't make any sense to me how like a lot of these shows have gone down. Like, there's like Teen Titans Go, and like you get a few clips that are just so out of pocket from it that are like, wow, it's like telling you why the IRS is bad, or you know, like kind of like those kind of jokes, like the IRS is bad, or like how to get away with fraud and shit like that. Like that's a little out of pocket. I'm not gonna lie, that's a little bit out of pocket. But hey, I respect it. You can include that in your shows, and that tells me that you actually kind of give a shit about your show. Then there's like the new Teen Titans that I saw a picture of, and I was just sitting there like, what in the actual shit is this? Like, I saw a picture of Starfire and being animated, and I was just like, how do we go from like the beauty that was the original Starfire? Shut up! I don't give a fuck if I'm about ready to lose, because I don't even know what I'm paying attention for. It's gonna fuck me off. Fuck me off. That's gonna screw me up. I'm gonna say extra object right there. I doubt it, but I could be right. Is there really like no obvious ones? Like, it makes it a little bit easier for me. I mean, that looks like a light anomaly in the club room. I feel like that's a light anomaly there. Was it always that well lit right there? No. Okay, or yes, it was. Come on. I can't believe I'm screwing up this much. I mean, I got to 3 o'clock. It's just, it must be like really, really like basic ones where I can't tell. Aw, damn it. I heard the knock. What was it? 9 anomalies, miss 3, lights in entrance, image anomaly in basement, and then extra object in club room? I heard a knocking. What was the knocking? Oh, that was probably the last anomaly that killed me. Okay. Okay, restart. Because I think it caps out at 4. Like, you can only have 4. So wait, the basement. Where's the image anomaly? I don't recall there being an image anomaly. I'm gonna have to look at the footage. I'll point it out in the footage, I think. In the editing. Let's see. Let's keep moving. But yeah. Apartments. You know, I wouldn't mind owning an apartment complex now that I think about it. And I know I'm yapping a lot. I like yapping sometimes, especially because I don't know what to really talk about while playing these games, so I just turn it into story time essentially. But apartment buildings, I wouldn't mind owning an apartment building, just because that's like a lot of extra income, and that would be well welcomed. I'm not gonna lie, I would if I could afford to do that, I would absolutely do that. If it wasn't so much to actually like put up a building, I would probably build a apartment complex building. Not gonna lie, or I'd buy a duplex and like rent out both sides or something like that. Or like buy a ooh, TV changed. Extra objects. Okay. Fine. But I really don't know what they're talking about for image, because the only images I can think of would be here, here, and here, which is interesting. It's the only ones I could think of. But yeah, owning apartment complexes, I could imagine, would be pretty complex. It would, get it, get it. Funny joke, but I can imagine it would be pretty challenging to do, just because you're responsible as the owner for all the shit that's in there. So if you have laundry rooms in every single one of them, or if you have like a central laundry room for everyone to do their laundry and stuff like that, which, to be honest, would be like it would make the most sense to have like your own little laundromat in there. That's what I would do. Because that's, I mean, that's just good, like, extra income opportunity right there, is just to have a little laundromat where, you know, 25 cents, you can get your laundry cleaned or something like that, or, you know, $1.50. Use the detergent that we could provide, or use your own. That kind of stuff, I think would work out pretty nicely. I don't know. It kind of makes sense to me. Kind of makes sense to me to some screwed up extent. And I feel like if I, oh, what happened here? Object movement? Oh, interesting. What the fuck is this supposed to be anyways? Oh, okay, whatever. But I would definitely not own a multi-level. I wouldn't live in a multi-level anyways. I don't know. I would purchase I'd purchase a apartment complex. I'd probably live in a duplex. I'd probably live in a duplex as long as the noise canceling, like if they have stuff in the center of the house where it splits, where it cancels out the sound well enough. Just my honest opinion on that. I personally, that's what I would aim for. Just because I don't want to have the hassle of listening to asshole neighbors that like make constant noise all the time. And that would be my main pet peeve, is that I just wouldn't want to do that, deal with that bullshit. But it's impossible to find them anyways. I have legitimately tried finding duplexes, like full duplexes for sale, so I could rent out one side and then live in the one side. Just it's so ridiculously expensive to like even purchase one right now. Thanks to the economy, thanks to the higher APRs and stuff like that. Like if the APR was a little bit lower, I could absolutely afford it. And I have a really good score, I think. I don't know. Possibly. Possibly. Um, I should be able to get a decent percentage. I would hope so anyways. But it's just so ridiculously expensive anyways. Like a normal house, like I was looking at houses and I was finding houses that legitimately shouldn't have been worth more than like 40K, and like the basement had like bad foundation and shit like that, where it was allowing water to leak in, and like the roof was bad on the garage, like it was collapsing in on a portion of it. The driveway was practically gravel in some places because the cement had sunken in. That's a floor jack, that wasn't there. Like it was like stuff like that where it was just like, okay, this is a pretty shit house, because you could tell it's just older. And then they decided to update like one bathroom, and they tried to do it to like the modern millennial fucking look, which is like stale black and white or whatever, kind of like Trips and Grace's house. It was just honestly one of the ugliest fucking bathrooms I've ever seen in my entire goddamn life. And mind you, this house they were trying to sell for $120,000. 5 years prior, they tried to sell it for $100,000 and nobody fucking bought it. The 5 years prior to that, they tried selling this house for $50,000. $50,000. Nobody fucking bought it. And I mean, hey, with the money that I make right now, $50,000, I wouldn't bat an eye to it. I mean, it was a decent sized house. I would probably have to put in a shit ton of work into it, but I wouldn't I wouldn't buy that house, but I would buy a $50,000 house. Today it's just a $50,000 house. You're getting a piece of shit right next to a piece of shit. Like you're asking for essentially nothing at that point. And it's just, no, I don't like it. I really don't like the way that the housing market looks. I really don't like the way that everything's feeling here. Like it's just it sucks. Like I'm 22 years old and I can't afford a house yet. I work 50 hours a week and I make okay money. And like this kind of money my dad was making at what, about 20 years ago. So about my age. And he was able to afford the house that we live in right now. No problem. I mean, bills were a little tough at times. I mean, it was a little expensive, but you know, he was able to afford this house, making about the same as what I'm making right now. That is absolutely ridiculous. That I cannot like that. Like I can't afford even the most like basic starter homes at this point. And there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do about it. Like, literally, the only thing I can do is just hope YouTube does really well for me. And I make a lot of money from YouTube. Or if I wouldn't say that. Well, I mean, if I were to go get a job that pays me another, like, $4 or $5 an hour, then I might be able to afford it. But as in the moment, it's not looking very likely. It's just it's quite unfortunate. But I think I would be able to afford a duplex as long as I got a tenant in there within a month. Because yeah, that would be the only way that I'd be able to afford a duplex is if I got a tenant to start covering the bills. And at least cover the housing cost, and like I'll just cover my water bill and my internet bill and shit like that, and they take care of their own water bill and internet bill and shit like that. But that's the only way I can realistically see myself buying a duplex. It's ridiculous. I mean, really, truly speaking, why did we let this happen? Why is this being allowed? Like, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Yeah, and I know I got that many. I know I got that. Come on, fuck. Where are the anomalies? I don't know where the anomalies are, man. I don't know where the anomalies are. Sounds like there's an anomaly in here, but like I'm not seeing any. Oh, there's a light anomaly. Entrance. Right there. Yeah, the light's on right there. That's a light anomaly, right? Yes. Oh, thank God. Cool, I got one anomaly. But I don't know. I've heard some pretty messed up stories about people living in apartments and stuff like that, and exactly why I wouldn't buy an apartment, or sorry, not buy, but live in an apartment. It's just some of the horror stories that I've heard dealing with landlords and stuff like that. It's just so ridiculous, so ridiculous. I wouldn't be able to handle it. Like if something breaks at my house, I'm just gonna fix it. I'm not gonna sit there and dilly dally for some asshole to come strolling in to just get it working enough and not do anything else beyond that, because it's gonna be guaranteed that it's gonna break again. Like I don't get it. Ooh, there's smoke. Like, I really don't understand the whole entire, idea of dealing with that. And was that garbage all over here? I think it was, but I might be wrong. Oh, shit. Okay, maybe there's a bunch of extra garbage bags? Interesting. But yeah, like I know this girl that I was talking to for a while. She was telling me about the bedroom that she stays in, and on the other side is the bedroom of this couple. And this couple, they would always fight and argue and shit like that. And this guy was always bringing in a new girl every other night, and when she was out at work or something like that, when she wasn't around, and it would just turn into massive arguments. And I think I'm missing objects on this, like so much in fact, where he was like throwing shit at the wall, about ready to beat the hell out of her because she's accusing him of cheating and shit like that, and he's getting so physically aggressive and stuff like that. And like it was honestly ridiculous by the way she was explaining it. I'm just sitting there like, can you not report this to the landlord? Like, I'd try getting this guy out of here. And I think that door's open. I don't think that door's supposed to be open. Door anomaly. I feel like that was the door anomaly right there. Am I wrong? Oh, I'm wrong. Okay. But yeah, it was just wild hearing all this shit from her. It's like, this dude's throwing literal temper tantrums, and then, you know, and then after they're done fighting, they turn around and have the smegs. They have smegsy time. They straight up just do the smegs right after. Like, it just doesn't make any damn sense. Like, they get really pissed off with each other, have a really big argument, so much in fact that he's like throwing shit around and stuff like that, and then he turns around, and then they turn around and then have angry, you know, angry fun times. And it just doesn't make sense to me. Make it make sense. I don't know, maybe I'm not toxic enough. Maybe I'm not toxic enough. That right there, I'd absolutely be pissed off with living in somewhere, because, you know, you're just trying to get a good night's sleep, and then all of a sudden you start hearing shit being tossed up against the wall, them having a massive argument and stuff like that. And it was actually kind of funny recently, because this guy found out that she was turning around and cheating on him, that girl. And like, he had a massive fucking breakdown, temper tantrum, throwing shit around and stuff like that, accusing her and blah blah blah, you know, just getting so pissed off about her, the fact that she was cheating. And then like the entire time, you know, he was cheating, and he's the one getting so pissed off about the fact that she is. It's just like, okay, bro, you're the one that started the cheating shit. I knew there was gonna be the shadow man, the shadow government man. But it's just, it's so dumb to me. I just don't get how that, like, dude, you're sitting there cheating the entire time. There's a new girl in your place, like, every single day. Which, by the way, I don't know how your broke-ass, bum-ass is even able to be pulling all them girls anyways. I mean, unless you got a fucking... you got some good game, but, like, even then, like, this dude didn't really have a job and was relying on his girl to be paying on all of his bills. And it's just like, yo, man, that is sad as fuck to be having all your bills paid for by your girl because you don't do shit all day. And then on top of that, you're the one cheating on her all day, every day. And then now you're upset that she turned around and cheated on you. Is it an intruder or a dead body? Dead body. That's a dead body. That's definitely a dead body right there. Interesting. Yeah. Ooh, this evacuation plan looks fucked up. Image anomaly? I feel like that wasn't the image anomaly right there. Or that should be, yeah, because it became a maze. It looks like a maze. Okay, I'm surprised I even noticed that. But, you know, it's just so ridiculous how that turned out. It's just like, dude, my brother. You turn around, you're cheating on her all the fucking time. You can't be pissed off at her. I mean, you should be pissed off at yourself more than anything. If you're gonna turn around and start cheating every single day like that, and then she catches on and cheats on you on her own accord because you've been cheating on her, she has every right to do that. I mean, I don't know. In my honest opinion, I don't like cheaters. I think she should have left a long time ago. Like, and I think he really did put down a really good game. I think that's the only reason why she stuck around, was because he was good at what he did, and what he did was probably manipulation and effing. So I mean, hey, more power to you. You throw down good. I'm missing a camera. Camera malfunction in the entrance. Yeah, I'm missing a camera. I mean, hey, I won't just that. I won't just a good game. You got good game. You got good game. All right, yeah, you're all right. You know, you can have that, and I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. Don't be pissed off that she turned around and cheated on you, though. I mean, you're turning around cheating on her every chance you could get, bud. I don't know. That's the way I view it. I don't know. They should have been broken up way before then, but hey. What do I know? But, yeah. It's like one thing that would turn me off to a apartment altogether. I'd probably move out as soon as possible if that was the case. Like, nope. Goodbye. I don't want to be dealing with you anymore. Like, I'd tear up my I'd be like, give me my fucking deposit back. I'm leaving. And that's what she's doing right now. That's what she's doing with her parents, with her mom and her sisters right now. Hopefully things turn out well for her moving out and going to the new one. Gonna be in a better place, better area. But she's moving out of state. Broken glass. Unfortunately, so. Broken glass. Yep, that was an option. Actually, the same girl I was talking to for almost 2 years. Dating. I was actively dating for 2 years, and she sent me that goodbye message essentially yesterday. And honestly, I'm doing pretty damn good. I feel like, you know, I'm handling it pretty decent. I like literally just felt numb to it. I was just like, fuck it. Okay, you know, I was kind of expecting it. And don't get me wrong, I really like this girl. I really do. But at the same time, I felt like I just kind of idolized her to a certain extent. Like, not necessarily idolized her, but I put her on a pedestal more than what she was actually worth, per se, in like the least offensive way, because I do seriously, I don't want to say love her, but you know, I deeply care for her, and I wanted to see more with her, and I just couldn't have it. Time just wasn't working out. She wasn't making time for me and stuff like that, and huge man. You were a disappointment. Huge man in the garage. I love you, Dad. Huge man. Oh my god, select all images with the huge man. That's funny as shit. I didn't know a huge man would be in this. He just slapped me. I just got slapped by the huge man. That's funny. That's funny as shit. Oh my god. You are a disappointment. But yeah, no, I mean, I really do like, I really do like her, and I still do. It's just, you know, I kind of expected it, because this isn't the first time that something like this happened. And, I mean, that's life. That's what people say. So, I mean, I can't, you know, I'm not gonna allow myself to be too upset about it, just because that's, again, life. People can't always make things work out in terms of time or anything like that. And I just left it open to her. I was just like, listen, If you don't have time right now, that's fine. When you do have time, feel free to contact me again. And I think I might try moving on eventually. I might give it a week before I actually like try dating again. A week or two. Just because, you know, I don't want to like rush it per se. I might give it another week or two. Yeah. You never want to move too fast after, especially after a good couple of years. Like it's been 2 years. It's been 2 years that I've been talking to her. This is actually. Did it just say suck my cock? It definitely said suck my cock. It definitely said suck my cock. I heard suck my cock. Alright, that's interesting. But it's just, yeah, I'll move by it. I'll move on. But that's not what I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about the apartments. So, yeah, apartments. I think it would be great to own one. I would never live in one. I would never live in one. Even if I'm talking to a girl and I want to live with her and move into an apartment with her, chances are I'd be liable to say, no, let's just go get a house. Like, I'll put it on, the house will be under my name, like, to make it easy for myself. Because if you cheat on me, I'm kicking you the fuck on out. And that's the way I am. If you cheat on me once, you're permanently out of my life. That's as simple as it gets. Like, if that shows how little I fucking mattered to you, if you turn around and you have to feel the need to turn around and get the not verification from other people, validation. If you need to get sexually validated by somebody else, or like any sort of validation by anybody else like that, then chances are it just wasn't worth it. It's just not worth it in my true honest opinion. It's more offensive to me in any way, shape, or form to even think about it, by the way. Because the second I get into a relationship, the second I start talking to a girl, start dating her and everything like that, it's burning all boats. I don't talk to any other woman. I don't even fucking look at any other woman. Like, that is it. Oh, fuck. Damn it. Oh, I got to 5. Oh, got so damn close. So anyways, I'm just gonna leave it there, and we'll see if we could get a next episode. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead, hit that like and subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated. Beyond that, this video right here is recommended directly to you by YouTube. It knows what you like to watch, and this is perfect for you. Beyond that, this is my channel icon. I'll show you everything on my channel. It's not just observation duty. I do a lot of Facade, but I also do some other horror games or even Flash games. So go ahead, check those out if you especially want some nostalgia. So anyways, I'll see you in the next episode.